name is Josefy, and even though I can't really see you right now because of the lights, looking out and hearing your voices, I know that there are far more people here tonight than there were 15 years ago in the spring of 2001, when a small subcommittee called Outreach finally redeemed itself. You see, like many of you, I was in a FLO my freshman year. And in January, we went to this little retreat. And at that retreat, about midnight, sitting at a gymnasium here in town, a little bit less extravagant than some of the retreats you may have now, our subcommittee leaders told us that they had just been reprimanded by the chair because we were the worst subco in the entire organization. And so we sat there at midnight on a Friday with the mission to figure out how we could redeem ourselves. What could we do? What could we come up with to sort of earn our way back into the good graces of our FLO leadership? And so as we began to brainstorm, we threw out, half a dozen ideas, all of which were pathetic, including this one, which we also thought was pathetic. But we thought, well, what if we had one person from every FLO, all 6 FLOs that existed at the time, if we invited each of them to send a participant, and to serve as an outreach to the community, we could have every every attendee bring a canned good. And that, in the middle of January 2001, was the birth of the idea of Mr. FLO. "15 years later, this is a spectacle. I promise you, I've been backstage. I know what's about to happen, what's about to walk out behind these curtains. This is a spectacle that we could have never dreamed of, that we could have never expected. But in reflecting on these 15 years, I have a few quick thoughts for you to have in mind. I imagine they'll quickly dissipate when you begin to watch these guys dancing and just demonstrating their talents. But I have a few ideas that I hope you'll ponder through the course of this evening. And it starts with this question. How will Texas A&M be different because you were here? How will Texas A&M be different because you are here? Many of you tonight are here because you're in a FLO. And you've had a freshman year that you could have never dreamed of, could have never hoped for. And you might be feeling like this is the end, that you're wrapping up your time together. But I want to challenge you that this is just the beginning. That you didn't get together for a year with this group of people for it to end here in a few weeks when the semester's over. You got together with this group of people because there were upperclassmen who were willing to invest their time and attention and energy and craziness into you so that you could develop further on your leadership journey. And what I can only see with 15 years of experience looking back is that it was these little things like Mr. FLO that actually felt relatively insignificant at the time, that were laying the stage for me to be part of things that were far greater. Now, Mr. FLO is, I don't know whether to be proud or embarrassed, but Mr. FLO is part of my legacy. And there's many things following Mr. FLO because of the time we'd spent learning how to organize, learning how to advertise, learning how to build relationships, learning how to reach out, learning how to have a vision and execute it strategically, that served me well throughout the rest of my time at Texas A&M and then beyond. You see, after having that experience, at the end of my freshman year, I got together with another group of students. And together we founded the Freshman Business Initiative. We came up with the idea that the students in the business school needed the same kind of development and opportunities that we'd seen over here on main campus. And together we pulled together that FLO. And in its first year, it started 100 freshmen. The second year, 200. The third year, 400, and after I left, it went to 800, and now it's about 1,000 freshmen per year go through the Freshman Business Initiative. Because of that passion for mentorship, my junior year, I decided to run for president of the student body. And many of the same relationships, the same people that we dreamt up Mr. FLO with, the same people that I'd worked on with the FBI, were passionately part of my campaign. And that campaign focused on mentorship. And so my senior year, I had the opportunity to serve as student body president and have experiences that I could not have imagined. I had the opportunity to serve on the Bonfire Memorial Dedication Committee, and over on the polo fields we dedicated the Bonfire Memorial in front of over 50,000 people. It was those same event planning skills that I'd learned and developed as a freshman here that enabled me to be ready for that bigger stage. I had the opportunity to travel to Qatar, to the Middle East, to open Texas A&M's campus there. And it was the same experiences of working with a diverse set of people in my FLO and in the business school that prepared me to go overseas and abroad and interact with students who are arguably very, very different than me. And I got to be part of their journey as they experienced their first muster, as they experienced getting their first Aggie rings, as I watched those students embody what it means to be Texas Aggies. It was the same skills that I practiced as a freshman, learning how to communicate, to stand in front of a group of people and cast a vision, that enabled me when I graduated from Texas A&M to go and work overseas in London for 3 different multinational companies. It was those same skills that enabled me to get promotions and pay rises and transfers to other companies. But it was that passion that I developed as a freshman that brought me back to Texas A&M to be a professor and to pursue my PhD. And so over the last 6 years, I've had the opportunity to teach over 1,000 students in the business school. And for me, this is the end of an era, because I will graduate this summer and move to Indiana University to be a professor there. So I go back to the question that I asked you, and that is, how will Texas A&M be different because you were here? Nights like tonight, in some ways, are just for fun. But in other ways, it's the culmination of everything that you've been trying to accomplish this freshman year. To grow into the deeper version of you, to experience what true community feels like, and to begin to cast bigger and grander visions than you've currently had up to now. So as you sit here tonight and enjoy yourselves and watch these guys make fools of themselves, I hope that you'll think of this as the beginning of a leadership journey. That Texas A&M will end up different because you were here, because of the experiences you had in your freshman leadership organization, because you grew as a leader, because you developed skills that you don't currently have. Because when the stage gets bigger, I want you to be ready. When the stage gets bigger, I want you to be able to stand up with confidence. I want you to be able to lead with confidence, and I want you to be able to cast a vision that other people are ready to get behind. Because the stage will get bigger for the people in this room. And it's not just Texas A&M that we're trying to impact, it's the world. At Texas A&M, we truly believe that the power of the Aggie Network and the knowledge that we gain from being students here can change the world. And that is what Mr. FLO is all about. Yeah.